together. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. Whoa, we're caroling through the night. Whoa, this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Whoa, ha, let's go. Presents and cards are here. My world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes are shining down the blue. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright, and we're caroling through the night. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Whoa. Oh, shake a hand now. Na 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 na. Ooh, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be so special for you and me. Yes, it will be. Whoa, whoa. Shake a hand, y'all. Come on, everybody shake a hand, y'all. Ha. Family, hey, we'll be together to make this Christmas right. Yes, we will.
Welcome to the Headline Eye. I am your host, Larry H. Gardner, and the H stands for Happy Holidays. If you are listening to WNRV108.1.com, Nerve DJs, we're getting on your nerve. That was Chris Brown with This Christmas.
Yeah.
So we have Kat Danielle in the building, singer Kat Danielle in the building.
What up?
Always a pleasure to hear from you and hear your voice and
Yes,
see your
indeed.
lovely face. How are you, though?
I love it's coming up here. I was hungry.
I know. I'm
I'm
sorry.
a little hungry.
Right.
It's a busy day today, but I got me a little snack. Some
Okay.
chocolate chip muffins and a ginger ale. I was able to grab on the way out the door, so I'll be all right.
Right. So you don't. The one thing that you don't want a woman is being hangry. That's hungry and angry. I don't like that
I
combination.
was a little hungry.
I don't. Listen. Let me
Be
just
all right,
explain
though.
something. I don't like that combination for real. Cause
It's not good.
It never is.
It's not.
It never is. And men, horny and hungry for men, but hangry and hungry for women. We don't want that combination. There's a couple of things you just don't want to do. So we're here, and shout out to Captain Sparks. He was supposed to be here talking about, as far as the, group for African American men, as far as, at arms, but he was not able to make it because he's working all the way in Akron. So it's just me, Cat, and the human T-Rex on the ones and twos. His show is at 9 o'clock. There is going to be a change to the Headline Eye. Instead of 6 o'clock, I will be here at 6:30 because of some things that I have to do. So that will be starting next week. So I will be here at 6:30 till 8, and that's a half hour, things of that nature. So let's get right into it, Cat. Last
Let's
week
go.
we had the Versus.
Yes.
That was our hometown group.
Yes.
Our boys from St. Clair and the East Side, Bone Thugs and Harmony versus 3-6 Mafia. Little things got a couple of things got carried away when they first
Wasn't it fun?
It was fun to
was so
see
fun.
that happen, and the thing about it is that I saw some of it. I saw like was watching the rest, but
What you thinking?
I was like, well, Busy Bone. Before we start, I don't want you ugly
Shout out to Busy
about Busy
Bone.
Bone was like, if I'm from Cleveland was a person. I'm trying to be PG here a little
Oh,
bit.
the memes afterwards were classic.
They were funny.
Classic.
It
Shout
was
out to the internet.
the internet was
Classic memes.
crazy. Like it just, and usually we talk about politics, but the thing about it is like that was like the shout out to Thriller and the verses. I thought it was about to be a boxing match. Everybody was Gangsta Boo said some stuff, and
Very entertaining.
Juicy J and everybody else, and it's like it was entertaining. Who do you think won that versus?
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I didn't sit and just watch the whole thing consistently. I was like jumping in and out. But of course, I'm going for the home team.
Right, I gotta go for the home team. A lot of people say, "Well, why are you gonna roll with the home team? 3-6 Mafia, they got." And the thing about it is like, listen, no matter how bad it may look, you gotta root for your home team because you
Yeah.
want somebody to root for you,
This is true.
and you just can't be like,
Plus, them boys is talented. So,
Right.
Yeah. How can you not?
no,
Have to go
it
for
was.
them.
But it was funny because they started throwing stuff, and it's like somebody tell Busy Bone to take his
Very
man.
Cleveland-ish.
Yeah, it was like they had to start it off like that. They wanted to
But
fight.
that made it exciting. Like if that had not happened, it wouldn't have got as much buzz as it did.
See the thing about it is when I guess who said DJ Paul or whatever Juicy J, after Busy Bone said ugly MFs, you don't. There's 3 things you do not tell a man. You don't tell a man to suck his penis. That you don't say. That causes a fight of any proportions. I don't care.
It's very disrespectful.
Very, very disrespectful. I mean, T-Rex, a question. Somebody says that to you. I mean, you ready to throw hands?
Them fighting words, T.
That answers the question. The gunshot pretty much answers the
Them
question.
is fighting
Them
words.
is fighting, sometimes shooting words. You don't see the thing about it
He
is
said it once, but twice.
right.
Crazy.
I've always thought about this phrase though. When you say that as a man, why are you saying it? Because you don't mean that literally.
It's the most disrespectful thing you can say. So, like, if you wanted to shut somebody
Right.
up or make
It's
them
a-
feel like shit, say that.
But it's a little
Yeah.
sweet, ain't it?
It
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
But no, but it is, but it's not.
It's a little sweet.
Because back in the day, everybody used to say, call everybody faggot when it was whack, remember?
Right.
So it's the same thing.
But y'all feel comfortable letting that come out your mouth. So-
Yeah.
People who saying it now, they got issues. I see what you're
Right,
saying, Kat.
Right.
You
yeah.
saying it now, 2022?
Right. It's not a popular. You shouldn't be saying that now.
No, you shouldn't be saying that. Then you shouldn't. You don't see the thing about it is that
Yeah.
you got all right. Yeah, exactly. You don't say stuff like that. The most mild mannered person, I'm not saying I'm the most mild mannered. I am mild mannered to some extent, but if you say that to me, I'm taking off my shoot coat. You know what I'm saying?
Does that really make y'all want to?
Yeah, the thing about it is like because you're calling like the thing about it is like disrespectful to a certain extent. It's just like like calling a woman a B word or the C word, and see the thing about it is like
No, they be calling bitches. They be calling each other bitch all day,
Yeah.
though.
but the C
But it
word
still sting a little bit.
Right,
If you ain't
yeah.
your girl.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she call you a bit. It sting a little bit.
yeah. So and the C word, and you never call a woman the C word.
So okay, if that is for back in the day, what is the equivalent now as a man to say to another man that's that disrespectful? What could you say? Or that's
That's
still
that's the only
epitome
word,
of
yeah, that's-
disrespect?
That's it. And
That's
or-
it.
Still?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there's like something like I banged your mom or something crazy like that. You don't say that. Like there's certain things you just don't.
I don't think if I was a man, I would be comfortable saying that to somebody.
Right.
Like I just no, I wouldn't.
Right, because that. See, the thing about it is that causes problems to an extent, and the one thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to cause any problems because this is a versus. This is music versus music, And everybody said, well, Busy Bone was wrong, and 3-6 was wrong.
I
and
saw a lot of people saying he was right. I mean,
right, wrong, whatever. The thing about it is like he just set it off, and it was like calling somebody ugly. Especially calling somebody ugly gets under people's skin, but then to respond back with the most disrespectful line you can say to another man is like, you didn't took it a little bit too far, bruh. You just took it a little bit too.
I didn't know that still got y'all hype.
Yeah,
2020.
yeah, it
I
did.
didn't know.
Like
I
it.
was out the loop on that one.
Yeah, now you know, and calling a man the B word.
That's up there.
Yeah, that's right there.
Is it worse being called the B word by man or woman? Which one? T-Rex, what you think?
Ooh.
Which one?
It depends if like y'all get together and y'all living together.
And she be like,
Shut up, bitch. Ooh.
Bitch,
It's kind of equivalent.
nigga.
It's kind of equivalent.
Equivalent,
Justin Taylor on my Facebook Live, what do you think?
Oh man,
Is being called a bitch worse by a man or a woman?
right.
It's the same thing. You just don't want to be called.
You don't want to. You don't want to be considered or called that.
You really should be asking you that, Cat.
Right. So.
Well, from my experience, from my experience, calling a man a bitch is like, oh God, it's like it's bad. It's up there.
Yeah.
Even by accident, because I said it by accident. Because, like the T-Rex said, us women, we'll call each other that in conversation like, bitch, guess what happened? So I was talking to a boo one time, and I addressed him like that. And he never let me forget it.
Don't you
Ever.
ever do that again, ever.
It was a big deal.
Right. So, and the thing about it is like the difference is that you calling, doing stuff to men, and women doing stuff to that is like that nature. And it's like you don't want to disrespect anybody. Calling a woman a prostitute or a hoe, and if she's not one, that's not cool either. So that's not cool at all.
I'm trying to think of what somebody could call me that would take me out my hookup.
You're not easily offended, are you?
I'm not.
The way she
Not-
do yoga, she should
to
not.
the point,
She
not to the point where I
Right.
want to fight. No, like it don't. No, it might fuck with me later in my head or something, but not. Nah, I don't think nobody could take me out my hookup. With
Yeah, I'm the same
with
way
no
because
word.
I'm not gonna be around you long enough for you to like get you out my hookup. Like you ain't gonna
Right.
be talking. If I don't really know you, ain't gonna be talking like that. So
Right.
I totally get it.
And even if I'm out and a girl call me a bitch or something, I'm like, okay, sometimes. Like, my students have called me that before, and I'll be like,
What?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Right, you ain't kick a kid or something like that, right? Like
No,
in
it's
your
just-
class.
Man,
Like,
I've
have
been
you-
called a lot. The worst though. This is funny. Earlier this year, a kid called me a spider hoe, and that had me stuck.
What?
And confused for a long time.
Back up, a
Like
spider
classic.
hoe.
Yes, spider hoe. So I started calling people that too. Doesn't it sound offensive? You
It's
spider hoe.
like
I
I
don't know
like
what that
use.
means.
I don't know what that means either. It's like a new way of coming up with stuff, and the thing about it is the point is nobody likes to be disrespected, and if you disrespect, whether you being petty or not, then you have somewhat issues. Speaking of issues, the thing about it is that I had to make a decision about a church that I used to go to. And as everybody knows that I put on Facebook that I am no longer a member of Sure House Baptist Church. And the reason why I'm not a member.
Where you used to be going live from?
Yeah. And the reason
You was singing that and they was throwing
Yeah.
the panties on stage?
Ooh, not the panties, the prayer cloth.
stop it.
Oh, my bad.
All right, right. The reason that I had to say that is because there's a lot of things that have come up that I really can't speak about right now. But the thing about it is that I did have a talk with Pastor Aaron Phillips today, and the thing about it is like after that talk, he called me because it's like I don't want to do a Facebook war. Why did you say that? And the thing about it is like I told him there's some things that are going on in the congregation and with you that I'm not happy with as a member. So I had to step away from it. And the thing about it is like there was some stuff going on before during the Justin Bibb, Kevin Kelly campaign for mayor that I didn't like. So the thing about it is, and there's some people in the congregation that because I do this show and I have certain guests on, they didn't like the guests that I have on. But the bottom line is that nobody, there's only one person that's in charge of this, produces, pays this rent, do that as far as the show is concerned, and that is me. The thing about it is like, if you don't like who I had on, then I give you an opportunity to come on and rebuttal what that person said. And the thing about it is that this person, who is now, I introduced them to the church, who is now a member, and they have the thing about it is they were talking about a criminal past of a guest that I had on. They dealt with them personally. There were some situations, legal situations that were stalking included that, this person said about the guest that I had on. And the thing about it is like, listen, you're invited as well as that other person who called me or reached out to me via messenger, who called me and said, because they ran for an office, that they wanted to talk about why they lost and things of that nature. Bottom line is that I am not about to sit up here and, just, delete stuff and do that to make you feel better, and you're not contributing to this show at all. So when I talk, about that, it was like, well, like the thing about it is like, I have to protect this brand. I have to protect the brand, my name, and things of that nature. And certain things as far as, certain things that got out, disrespecting, other people's personal relationships, things of that nature that I found out about, even though there's like evidence, but I found out about. I said, you know what? I have to take a step away from it. The thing about it is like, I've worked with him in the past, and like the best of luck. But the thing about it is like, I have to step away because I have to find, like, the thing about it is like, if it's too much of a problem, no matter what, if a church disturbs your peace and you're supposed to be getting teachings from it, then you have to move away and move on. The thing about it is, what's the sad part about it is that, now it's a struggle. I have to make sure that, this show stays on for people that really want to have a voice, who feel like that they don't, to keep up what they're supposed to keep up. So, I said my prayers, I did put it out there, there was a lot of people that said why. There's a lot of shout out to the people that reached out to me. Shout out to Colin Jackson. Shout out to Mr. Awell Bridges. Shout out to my cousin in Arizona, Jeanette Chambers. Shout out to everybody that's reached out to me. Pastor Kenneth Keefe, Tara Jordan. Shout out to you guys for reaching out. Shout out to Ashley Evans, who ran for Ward 4. I got to give you guys a shout out for reaching out and, let me tell the story the way it is, the truthful behind my situation. And the thing about it is like, I don't wish nobody any ill harm. Just don't do that to me, period. I have that. The thing about it is that my relationship with God is my relationship with God. Me and God had these talks. And before I said anything, I had to have a conversation with God. Like, why? What's going on? And the thing about it is like, sometimes your pathway will make you change the journey for your betterment. And when you hear certain things about a certain person, and you hear things that are, things are good. And I used to go live from the church because I wanted the word of God to be spread, not because of the church itself, but because of the word of God. And that was the one I was attending. I like the thing about it is sometimes you grow out of those things that happen. And if the person talks about the brand more than the members, then it's time, like, listen, the brand, your brand is your brand. But, I deal with people. And as a religious leader, just deal with people.
Well, I'm the wrong person to talk to about church, so I don't know what to tell you. If you're happy about it, then there's plenty more churches.
Right, it's like a lot of them. And the thing about it is like, just like the brand with Bone Thugs and 3 6 Mafia, they produce many hits. Mm-hmm. And they produce many songs. But the thing about it is, you don't want the brand to go crazy when you got disrespectful people doing disrespectful stuff. As a human, you're not supposed to, throwing water and stuff. Like, Busy ran behind security. Security came up there. People still wanted to see a show.
It was very entertaining.
It actually was very entertaining.
Yeah.
And the thing about entertainment is you don't want to go too far. You know,
I don't think they did.
right?
I mean, he came back out and apologized, and the show kept moving.
Right.
They did what they were supposed to do.
Right. So like the thing about it is like this, you know, that's like, you know, I'm not gonna disrespect anybody on this show. I mean, I ain't gonna disrespect the engineer. I ain't gonna disrespect T-Rex. That would be a death knell because he's the engineer, keeps everything going, you know.
Right.
And the thing about it is you're not supposed to do that to anybody. But some people are ambitious, and you know, and some folks will step on somebody else's neck to get to the top, even if it means
That's true.
breaking yours. And the bottom line is that you don't want to do that to nobody. And I don't think I did that to anybody as well. As far as anything else that you might hear, I didn't do any of this crap.
So, what church you going to on Sunday?
Haven't decided yet. And I did visit Greater Abyssinia on St. Clair. And a church I might visit, I don't know. Baptist church, something near me.
So, good people of the radio, Larry's looking for a new church home. Call up or send some messages or something and invite them out to your church.
216-249-6658 is
Let
the
them know
number.
what church you should go to.
Come call in. And the thing about it is, there's been a lot of people. Shout out to Azel Bowden. There's been a lot of people that have reached out to me, like, come to my church. You know, come to this church. You know, and the thing about it is that, you know, I know most of the pastors because I dealt with them throughout the course of the lifetime. You know, Pastor Macon, you know, Pastor McMickle, you know, Jimmy Butler, Pastor Butler. I've dealt with those people, and Reverend Cabinets of Greater Abyssinia. I've dealt with those people. There was, you know, great sermons at that particular point in time, and some things that, you know, and I like the thing about it is like you step away from something and someone. But the thing about it is that you never really, I'm not a hateful person either. So I'm not trying to say anything evil, but the thing about it is like, what is going to be that in return? And my thing is that all the time that I don't say, like, the thing about it is there's some things that happen I'm not going to get into, but whenever the truth comes out, I will make sure that everybody will be the first to hear about it. And I just got to
Ain't
get
ready to talk about it.
Nah, there's some means that I have to say. I have to, you know, there's some things that I have to work out, and, you know, I have to be
So part 2 of
right,
Church Saga.
right. Part 2. It's like it's gonna be a saga.
Yes.
But I'm not. Like I said, I don't focus on me or try to fight anybody back, you know, except if I feel like that I'm wrong and other people are wrong with me and that they ask me to speak up for them, then, yeah, I will do that. I don't have any problem with that.
Well, good luck. I don't go to church.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
So, I mean, the thing about it is like, everybody says that, you know, some people, the biggest surprise to me in the verses, let's get back to that, was Terrence Howard. Now, Terrence Howard, the actor who plays Lucius Lyons on, what is Empire, and he played some other parts like in the Best Man Holiday. He was actually on. The thing about it is like Terrence Howard's from Cleveland, Ohio, but he was on 3-6 Mafia side. You know the song that they did is hard. 3-6 Mafia is hard out here for a pimp for the Hustle and Flow movie. You know, which Terrence Howard starred in, and a lot of people said that he's a traitor because he traded against Ohio. He's from Cleveland.
How do you feel?
Listen,
He never really claimed Cleveland.
Right.
That's why I don't like him.
all right. The thing about Terrence Howard is like, do I think that he's a wonderful actor? Yeah, but you know, people have issues. I didn't like, you know, and watch Empire, and you know, we're gonna talk to Jussie Smollett in a minute. So it's right. I don't even wanna. Damn. Damn. So the thing about Jussie Smollett is this. Terrence Howard is this. I don't know why he was on that stage. I don't know why they brought him out on that stage. He's not really a rapper.
So you could be talking about it right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's all. You know, I'm looking like, yeah.
And it was just just for effect, so they could be like, we got somebody from your own city.
A lot of people forget though he was acting so like so bougie when they won the Academy Award. He said he was not performing it, and then 3-6 went up there. You know, that's how their career took off to another level. And then like that's why it was so weird last week. He coming out there performing it.
I think here's the problem with.
You think he got a check?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a check. Dang. The verses, he got a check. He like, hey, listen, how many? You know how many? Black, you know, right? You know how many? You know how many black actors are out of like pretty much need that check? I'm sure it's surprised as hell. I'm surprised at like, well, Anthony Anderson.
I mean, like,
No.
Empire did him well.
Yeah.
I think he thought it would be
Entertaining.
And yeah, he did. It did what it was supposed to do.
Right. So it was like, I'm like, bruh, come on. You know, I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't see. The thing about it is like, no matter what, I'm not going against the hometown team. No matter where I go, I represent Cleveland. Even if I move away from here one day, I'm still gonna represent the 216. I'm still gonna be a Browns fan. God. I'm still gonna be a Cavaliers. I'm still gonna, play, my favorites like, Trousseau Davis, Scott Sable and Cat Danielle, and Cat Danielle. I'm still gonna play those people. And the thing about it is like I'm always going to root for the people who come from here to make it here. So it's like, and even though that everybody say that 3-6 may had more hits, I don't see that. I mean, let's just be honest. Bone worked with Phil Collins. Bone worked with Eazy-E. Like, first of all, Eazy-E, Tupac Shakur, and Biggie Smalls. That's 3 of the biggest names in hip-hop who are not with us. They work with those artists. They work with Akon. They produced some hits with Sade. Crazy Bone did something with Ice Cube. So it's like, there's a lot of stuff that they've done,
right?
That would put me up there. I mean, 3-6 has their club hits and popping them things and things of that nature. I like their music too, but I don't like the name 3-6 Mafia. I don't like 666, like whatever. I don't just. That's a name that I don't like. So, but I like people listen to their music. Club music when you want to get crunk or you drunk in the strip club. Back in my heyday when I was, before child and before responsibility. Like, so I don't, I mean, I don't really like, I don't really like that thing, but, everybody has their own lane that they stuck to. So I'm a Tila fan. I like Tila sometimes. I don't understand. But who are your favorite hip hop groups, Kat?
Shit. Pimp C is like my man. If I don't work out to Pimp C, it's a problem. Like,
is it just Pimp C or
did you even
UGK?
work out? UGK, but Pimp C is something about him that I just gravitate towards. So UGK, I'm gonna have to say, Bone Thugs, of course, is a big part of my childhood. Damn, like groups, shit.
Like the Wu-Tang?
Yeah, but I ain't really, you know what I mean?
8-Ball MJG?
I ain't really. I really am into Pimp C.
Okay.
Outkast, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as favorite, that's who came to my mind. If it got Pimp C on there, I'm listening to
Go
it.
Cat. Go Cat.
Yeah. Yes, sir. But I thought the verses was very entertaining. Their energy was right. Yeah, they was hype. I like the money throwing. I like the stripper that came out. I just like that Bone was out there, and it was like, Mookie was there and Kane and stuff. You saw after pictures and videos.
Mookie Montonio.
Yeah, so
right.
I thought
Kane.
that part was really cool.
That's crazy how they was all on stage.
Right? It was just really cool to see a lot of Cleveland people and 216 in the comments and everything. So it was just dope. It was a dope moment for Cleveland.
It was a dope. The thing about it was a dope moment for Cleveland and Cleveland hip hop, which really doesn't get that much respect. And shout out to Mook and shout out to Kane. Yeah. I had Mook on the show when I was starting somewhere else, and bringing him back. Him and Crow Brazell is You know, shout out to Cobra Zillers.
Oh my God, he just had a birthday.
Yeah, he
so
just
happy
had a birthday.
belated.
Happy belated birthday to Cobra.
I love him.
So, you know, you have to, and the thing about it is, like, you have to work, you know, you see these people around, and they always, especially Mook is, you know, very humble, you know, and Kane, work with them, you know, some of the people that, and a lot of people don't know this. I probably shared this before. I did work with Big Hef on the promotion scene, you know, earlier, and passing out flyers on cars and things of that nature, you know, but like, the thing about it is I couldn't, you know, once everything went digital, you know, that ended, you know, but it was always a good thing to do things of that nature, to put the flyers on the cars, you know, as far as, you know, the flyers and stuff, and just go in there, you know, when the bottom line was open, when the Spy and the Wish, you know, I was down there pretty much every week, you know, maybe like I maybe had $1 in my pocket, but I was in VIP because I worked for these artists, you know, and then working a 9 to 5 at a collection agency. So it was, you know, it was fun. You know, the Odeon, Earth nightclubs, things of that nature. And
Shout out to Cleveland.
Yeah,
period.
shout out to
Like,
Cleveland.
yeah.
We don't, and the thing
We
about
got
it
some
is,
dope ass people here, dope
Right.
ass talent here.
right. So the thing about it is that in passing, you have to give a shout out to Cleveland. And now that, you know, we have and we pretty much have a mayor who's about to be sworn in from this particular hip hop generation, Justin M. Bibb, and his swearing in ceremony is going to be January 8th downtown. So if you can make it, RSBV, go to teambib.com for on the Justin Bibb website and try to see if you can make it down there. This is going to be epic for Cleveland. We're going to have an African American mayor and an African American city council president in Blaine Griffin. So you have to, you know, show your support and like, you know, hold people accountable, but you also have to support your, pretty much, you're going to have to support your people, and you have to do that right away. And the thing is that I want to make sure that I want to do that. So you got to support your people, especially, you know, when you pretty much, and I'm going to say this, Justin Bibb pretty much grew up with this show when he interviewed, and then we advertised, and pretty much now he's mayor, and I'm partially proud of it. We make winners around here. There's a winner right across from me and Kat Danielle. So
Thank you.
so, you know, and it's, you know, you gotta create winners. I got a winner in it who's engineering for me, DJ, Human T-Rex, you know. So you create winners around here. So, you know, even those who don't acknowledge the winners that, you know, may, you know, build careers around the headline eye, and those who find success, you know, away from the show after, you know, they've been on here, I salute you. You know, I'm like, the thing about it is I've never hated on anybody's success, especially if they, you know, left here and did whatever they did, or, you know, been in the pilot seat with, co-pilot seat with me. So that's about it. So as long as, you know, no disrespect is in return, you know, I'll help you out wherever I can. Even if there's a falling out, I'll still help. So, Kat,
Yes.
You're not doing any Christmas carols? You're not singing any Christmas programs? Nah.
Cannot doing it. Nah.
But you still looking for the evergreen, right?
Every day. Every day. I love Hallmark movies. Oh my God. What I'm presently doing, of course, is creative directing. I got some stuff to do next week, which is very exciting. Of course, I'm still doing yoga tomorrow, 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland Heights. Come get this stretch. Come touch your toes and all that shit. Yeah, so, but no singing right now.
Okay.
No.
What is your favorite Christmas song?
Oh.
Stumped.
I don't really have a favorite. That took too long for me to answer, so I must don't have a favorite.
You just don't have a favorite. You know, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa?
Yeah. You see how
That's
quick
with
that
Billy Bob Thornton and the
This
Santa
girl
1 and 2.
is different. Wow. She listened to Pimp C.
all right.
She like Bad Santa. I mean,
Yes, that's my
shout out to
favorite
Cat,
Christmas
man.
Right.
Shout out to Cat.
Right, exactly. So wait a minute. Bad Santa,
Bad
for real?
Santa. Just top tier.
Oh,
Top
my
tier for
God.
real. Yes. Yes, sir. I got to watch Bad Santa every year. It's so funny. I love it.
Right, so Bad Santa. Ooh-wee. It is a classic.
It is.
It's a classic.
With Christmas Vacation is my favorite.
Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
National Lampoon, y'all like
Yeah,
that?
I like
Yeah.
that. It's
That
funny.
and,
That's funny
That
as
got
hell.
some stupid humor, and that's the type of humor I like.
Right,
And the third Friday, can't go wrong.
right. The third Friday.
Yeah,
Right,
good one.
right. That's for now. The third Friday was fun. Shout out to who was it? Ricky Smiley for playing that crazy crackhead Santa Claus. All right, that's one of my favorites. But nothing can top A Christmas Story.
Bad Santa can.
I mean, Bad Santa can, but the thing about it is, like, Christmas Story is classic because you see.
talking about?
The thing about it is when the little boy sticks his tongue against that
Yeah.
pole in the frozen, like I can see one of my not me, not my butt. No, I can see somebody doing that in the fourth grade and third grade.
Did you
Oh,
do that in the fourth
no.
grade? You sure?
Listen, I may be light skinned, I'm
can
still
relate
black.
to it.
I seen a white boy try to do it in my class, but it's like, no, don't do that. You go freeze. Like, you see the Christmas Story. Like,
It's
we
still
stop.
not beating. You want me to make you some sandwiches? it's still not beating that for me.
I only like the beginning when they show Randall Park Mall.
Right, Randall Park Mall, A Christmas Story. Yeah.
Christmas Story is good. It's just
It's
not bad.
it's not bad. I mean, the thing about it is, nothing beats a drunk Santa who just don't care
Who
anymore.
just don't care.
He don't care.
I fucking love
He
that.
be robbing and banging.
Yes, and Bernie Mac in the like that shit was hilarious. And the little midget dude, it's the best Christmas movie to me.
It is.
So
It
good.
is a good Christmas movie. It's funny. So like, but the thing about it is like Bad Santa, and I hate to say it, Christmas Story is like a classic. You know, it's like, traditional. Everybody get their presents and yada yada. But the
Right.
funny thing between Bad Santa is like what some people go through Christmas now.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing about it is like it's stressed that nobody is alone near Christmas because you don't know what anybody's going through.
Right.
People made it through Thanksgiving. Shout out to those who made it through Thanksgiving, went to the Winterfest and things of that nature. But Christmas and after that is New Year's and, around the corner. So it's like you don't want anybody to suffer. And for those who are going through stuff right now, the people that have incarcerated parents or incarcerated children, I know it's tough for you, but make sure that you, send out a care package, for those who are incarcerated, who are locked up, try to do that. Those who are homeless, who are out here homeless, and try to do something nice for somebody, even if you don't have a lot, try to do something nice for somebody, and it is what it is. Speaking of something nice, first break. Whole Things by none other than Kat Danielle. I'm sorry to say it like, no, Merry
Segue
Christmas.
there.
But the thing about it, damn, I'm sorry. But, we are talking about the holidays. That's what Santa Claus.
Something nice.
Right.
Be a hoe.
Oh, no.
Hold it.
I like the thing about it is like, do something nice and play Kat Danielle's music. So,
Yes, go ahead.
all right. So we'll be
Why
right
not?
back on the Headline Eye on Nerve DJs. Peace.
This is WNRV 108.1.
No, you're not the only one, but I think that you're my favorite. Gotta be careful with this kind of love. That shit ain't nothing to play with. I keep my distance cause I don't wanna get caught up. But you ain't tryna have no space between the two of us. I don't wanna hurt your feelings, but I'm still dealing with him. He gives me crazy love, but I would never compare him to you. Baby, you're like a drug, and I be overdosing on you. This is things, whole tendencies, whole ways. I be going back and forth 7 whole days. This is who I am. I ain't never gonna change. I got whole ways. Never wanna have to choose. I think that I might lose it. I'm addicted to the both of you, so I ain't gonna be able to do it. I keep my distance, but I'm already
Grab a glass of wine, light a candle, and settle in for the best slow jams to set the soundtrack for your bedtime on Sunday Silhouettes with DJ Shotty Shah. So be there from 8 to 10 p.m. 2 hours of love on WNRV.
Hey y'all, this is Catherine Danielle, and I'm checking in with Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Looking to grow or expand your business?
Yo, bro, you read my mind.
Well, we have the perfect solution for you. Your business needs are important, and so is your advertising. Here at WNRV Power 1081, we have marketing solutions for all your business needs and affordable pricing to keep you in the green. Give us a call today at 216-702-0688. That's 216-702-0688. Or email us at WNRVPower1081@gmail.com today.
What's up, y'all? This is Larry H. Gardner of the new show, The Headline Eye, coming at you every single Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m., where we talking about hot subjects, spitting hot fire on WNRV 108.1, where we getting on your nerves.
Are you a DJ, radio show, music artist, or a podcaster and you've thought about having your own mobile app? BV Mobile Apps could be the solution. They specialize in creating apps with live audio streams, mixes, music, and songs. You can integrate your social media, videos, blogs, and most importantly, send push notifications to your followers. For more information, bvmobileapps.com or on social media at BV Mobile Apps. That's B as in business, V as in victory, bvmobileapps.com.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Tonight is your night, and girl, you look so ready. I won't rush it on, no. I'll keep it nice and steady. City, you ain't gotta go nowhere. I'ma take my time, and I can do it all for you, baby. Just open your heart, open your mind, baby, just open your heart. Open up your heart, baby, and let me pour my love in. Pour my love on in, say it, baby, open your heart. Open up your heart, baby, and let me pour my love on in. Open up your heart. The love is in your past. I know that they've done you wrong, but I feel it's overdue. I think you need a brand new song. I know what you want, I know what you need, babe. Good loving right here, you find it with me, babe. I'll be the one that you can.
All right, we're back on the Headline Eye, www.WNRV108.1.com, where we get on your Nerd DJs Network. So, that was True Soul Davis with the smooth songs. So you got to play. You like, we talk about Bone and 3-6 and all that. So we got to talk about our homegrown. I had to play some Cat Danielle and I had to play some True Soul Davis. So it's like, shout out to True Soul. You from Columbus, but here, we always, I gotta put somebody in there. I'm probably play some.
Y'all need to play some Nefertiti Giovanni. I mean,
Right. So
every day in my car.
Do you know her?
Yeah, I met her.
Okay,
before.
cool. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Right. So I mentioned Jussie Smollett, the former actor on Empire. Oh my God.
Well,
You
That was
know,
an
you
accident.
know what you did. You
that
know
was an
what you did.
accident too.
So, a jury in Chicago is deliberating the case of Jussie Smollett. The Empire actor was charged with 6 felony counts for allegedly staging a fake hate crime in January 2019 and falsely reporting it to police has ended. Now,
It ended.
like,
It's over?
no, it's not over. Deliberations are over, like, talking about it. So, I hate to say this. And the thing about it is that, Kat, when this first came out, and everybody was talking about, so what he reported, what Jussie, like Dave Chappelle said, juicy, justice for juicy. What he reported was that there was 2 dudes, and at that time Trump was president, there was 2 dudes in MAGA hats that came up and attacked him and said, "Are you that faggot Negro from Empire?" Like saying it like that, and it's like it was 2 a.m. in Chicago, and what are you doing at 2 o'clock? Like going to Subway, and it was January 2019. So Chicago's like Cleveland, so it's a little bit frigid outside. So it was like and Dave Chappelle said that. Why aren't the black people saying anything? Because the black people are saying pretty much this Negro is clearly lying, and it was
We don't really care.
right. Like we just didn't care. Like
We don't care.
everybody was like, "Oh my God, MAGA hats and Trump and they're mean." And like, man, go ahead with that. 2
Yeah.
a.m. in Chicago. And the thing about it is that it pointed to him, which led to. I don't know what it led
What they
to.
gonna do to him? Give him jail time?
What they're talking about is giving him jail time for the felony stuff.
Like wasting the police time? That's
yeah,
the felony
pretty
stuff?
much. Yeah, pretty much. Wasting the
Oh.
police time.
You really think he's gonna get jail time?
I don't think so.
Well, why didn't you just do that to him in the first place? Why go through the whole court thing?
Yeah. I mean, let me explain something. You gotta you gonna have to pay to play. And he played with
They could have just made him pay anyway. Just give him a sum of money to pay. I feel like this is just a waste. It's just a waste. But he should pay something. A lot of something.
The thing about it is that I'm not gonna say that he shouldn't pay anything, but he should do something. Like, what you think he deserves jail time?
Like, give him a week or something, then a bunch of community service and a big ass fine. I don't fucking know. He didn't hurt nobody. It's a waste of police energy and time. But so pay for that. But long jail stint, no. Maybe you need therapy too.
Right.
Make him go to therapy because something wrong with him.
Like, I just don't understand why the hell he did it. Like,
People want attention.
but he was already
Attention.
he was getting it from Empire though.
There's no other motive behind this than attention. That's what it boils down to.
That's too
That's
much
it.
damn attention. Like,
He got the wrong attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
got fired. Pretty much.
Yeah. Wrong attention.
You can't do that. You can't do that sometimes on TV, Jussie.
This is not Empire.
Right.
It's not a story.
Right, it's not a storyline. It's something that it was a story. Now it was a storyline for, the Lions and stuff like that. With race relations, it was an acting, but you paid your own people to assault you. Like, there was a check that he wrote out to them. Like, I just can't understand that particular point.
Something is wrong with him. That's why I said he needs therapy, because no normal rational person is doing that. You are outside of the norm of rationale, and you need some type of therapy. Pay some money because you have it, and go to therapy. Case closed.
So, as far as what do you think for somebody to do that, to keep their career going? Because there's a lot of celebrity people that have actually had.
I think everybody does a little extra to keep their career going, especially now with technology and social media. Everybody's doing a little something to keep their name buzzed. I think he went an extreme route, but because to waste police time is just dumb. There's just real shit going on in the world. But I think everybody does a little something. Why are any of us on social media at all if we don't want attention?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's on there because they want some sort of attention.
Right. You know, the thing about it is we talk about these issues on this show and some other issues. And I think that the theme is, you said therapy, which is key.
Mm-hmm.
Because no matter how much you work or how hard you do it, if you're going through something, you're going to need it. And I'm not I'll be the first person to tell you that, I have been going to therapy.
How's it going?
Huh?
How's therapy going?
I mean, I've been going for a good while now. And the thing about it is like sometimes in situations like this, you need to do it. Because when you're changing if you get comfortable in something for years, and then you have to change because there's some behaviors that you're not right with, that are not right at all, then you're going to need to talk to somebody that is non-judgmental. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes family can be judgmental because of your past.
Yeah, sometimes. All the fucking time.
I'm giving some family members the benefit of the doubt here all the time.
I think people have like a distorted view almost of being judgmental because we fucking all judge all day. Mm-hmm. Each other all day. Like literally more so now with, social media, we judge each other all day. And to think that you won't be judged, you need therapy for that. I think people need to get over being judged.
All right. And then there's some people who are narcissists, who think that the world revolves around them. Mm-hmm. And it's not just men, it's some women who think that the world revolves around them. Mm-hmm. And I think that in Jussie's case, he said he was the gay Tupac, and I'm like, when he
needs therapy. He's not.
Yeah. So it's like that was a narcissistic trait. R. Kelly had that narcissistic trait, and people. The thing about it is like you have people that will pump up.
It's such a thin line between like insanity and like genius that I think people like R. Kelly walk that very thin line, just teeter up on it, because it takes a lot to be a genius. But
right,
insanity is right there next to it.
Right. The thing about it is like and it's like he thought that and everybody was like, oh my God, R. Kelly was yada yada yada. He got caught doing this, and like the thing about it is like he got caught for doing what he did, and now he's going to pay for it. And it's like, but what about Epstein? What about Weinstein? I mean, Jeffrey Epstein is dead, quote unquote, killed himself. I don't believe it. I think the royal family had something to do with that, but
it's possible.
Possible. So I think that the problem is that we have to look at these people who are, I'm better than everybody else. No, you're not.
Right.
And you got to look at like people who admit, hey, I got some problems. And sometimes two people who have, who are together have problems. They relate on pain. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, what do you have? So you can't just relate on pain.
Codependency.
Yeah, you can't do that. You have to build you got to help build for each other. And I think the problem is that, and my personal experience is that sometimes you got to help build one another, and you can't have somebody.
You're talking about in romantic relationships?
That's every romantic and every day.
Okay.
So especially romantic, because you're supposed to be, I feel, this is my opinion, that you're supposed to be each other's teammates. You're supposed to root for each other.
Yeah.
And if somebody is down, then you're supposed to help build that person back up, or root for them. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I mean, you can criticize all day, but the thing about it is, like, criticism. Like, I'm a criticize. Like, you did this wrong. You did this wrong. What about doing some stuff right? Have you like, the thing about it is, instead of people walk away from situations and like, well, why you walk away if you still care, but you want to?
Because sometimes people got to get the fuck.
Right.
Sorry.
Right, and the thing about it
don't
is,
care, you got to get the fuck.
right.
away
So,
from me.
right. The thing about it is, like, if you still care, and then that person, like, if you still care and that person has never done anything wrong to you,
Who ain't never done nothing wrong? Come on.
like, that may be a little slight irritation.
I'm a little jaded today because I'm going through a current breakup, so you can't talk to me about this.
You going through a breakup?
Going through a breakup.
What?
Breaking news.
It's his breaking news.
I'm sorry.
T-Rex.
I'm sorry,
Hold
Cat.
on, let me get the breaking news sound effect. Hold up.
Yes, come on. Breaking my heart sound effect.
Where's the breaking news, the sound effect at?
He's
Hold
looking
up.
for it. Pause for the call.
Pause for the cause while T-Rex finds this thing. I'm like, I want to find out too.
What y'all want to know?
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Catherine Danielle is single.
Wait. Hold on.
Single.
Single.
Yeah.
What happened?
Sound like he just didn't want to buy no Christmas gifts.
Damn.
I initiated it.
Oh, so you don't want to be. I
I
guess it's like you ain't want to be around you, because it's all about the memories. So you just think who you was with during these holidays.
It has nothing to do with the holidays.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, what's going on here?
It
Let's not
is.
feed into that.
Wait. She'll tell us one day. She ain't got to tell us now, but sorry.
No, I'm open.
Sorry for your loss. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let her tell it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So sometimes as a woman, as a person, I think stuff happens in phases and you just want different, not necessarily more, but you can say more and different. You just want something else. And I just put a post up earlier. I said to him, it's like me going to Burger King and asking for a Big Mac. They don't serve Big Macs at Burger King. So if you keep going to Burger King, ask for a Big Mac, you're never going to get it. You have to go to McDonald's where they actually have what you're asking for. You understand? Go where what you want is.
So how long have you had these problems?
I've been feeling away for some months.
How long you been in a relationship?
Oh God, y'all know I've been in this open relationship for forever and a day.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Forever and a day. So it's been a long, long time. And
Are you like scared he like might stalk you?
Please don't say that
Oh,
word.
'cause she look like she got stalkish stuff going
No,
on.
Lee.
he's been driving past.
See what I'm saying?
Like, stop.
No,
stop.
I'm on the
with-
respectful side of the game.
All right, yeah. It's like, let's.
On the respectful side.
It did a couple.
See what I'm
of
saying? You
drive-bys.
you just ain't about to be out here yoga teaching out here and just break up with me.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of that, but he ain't crazy. But
Okay, yeah.
I didn't know exactly how to end it, so I tried to just go ghost, and that was just not working.
Whoa, you went ghost?
Yeah, totally.
Let me tell you something. In life, no yoga instructor can go ghost.
I'm learning.
Yeah, you can never go
I'm
ghost.
learning.
Never.
I'm learning.
Wow.
So yeah, I went ghost and that didn't work, and then we actually have had a few
Sit-downs?
adult conversations,
face to face or just on the
face
phone?
to face.
Wow.
Yeah, face to face.
All right. Hang in there.
It's
Right.
not easy
Right.
because when Larry's talking about when you still care, why you just walk away? Because sometimes you just got to get the fuck.
Right.
It's just-
The thing about it is that, sometimes, and let's be honest, when it's hard, especially around there, to, absorb a breakup because you don't know what you did wrong. Even if you did 90% of the stuff right, and just like the 10%, like you might have not cashed up enough for some wine or something. Like all of a sudden it's like people like you can't break up for petty reasons. But if you had a legitimate reason,
Yeah.
yeah. And I gotta give a shout out. Dr. Montgomery said his murderers in Chicago, instead of investigating real crimes, he diverted hundreds of officers from a real investigation for a lie.
What 100?
Not hundreds.
Come on.
Not hundreds, but the thing about
Come
it is,
on now.
yeah. But there was some. But there's real, like Chirac is real. Okay, so
Yeah, there's real stuff going on, so he has to pay a consequence for that. He does.
right. So shout out to Dr. Montgomery, Javante Guest, GMS Shakespeare. There's like, and thank you for the salute, GMS Javante Guest, for saying, as far as the style that I have. Thank you very much. I try to bring the real, but
Yeah, come on, suit. Come on, suit.
so Kat,
Yeah.
so for how long has the breakup been?
Since our last final conversation, 2 days.
Have you been
2
able?
days.
Have you
2
been able to
days.
sleep?
Yeah, I sleep good as fuck.
Sleep well.
Right. So how did you so you try to go ghost? Did you
Yeah.
say it over the phone or in person?
No, initially, I just went ghost. I blocked on everything. I just didn't answer nothing.
See what I'm
didn't
saying,
reply. I
Larry?
just
This ghosting
went
is.
ghost. It wasn't no conversation, and he was texting and shit. What the fuck is going? I'm gonna call one more motherfucking time. That's his personality though. So that went for 3 or 4 days. And I was just like, oh, God. Once you start texting who was at my house and shit, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to call this man and really tell him what's going on. So, yeah, it's only been 2 or 3 days since our final conversation.
You think y'all gonna get back together? Maybe. If he go to Burger King.
If history repeats, we seem to always come back to one another. Mainly because our friendship is real, real solid. So our breakup is you have to grieve the friendship and the romantic side. So it's just double. It's really hard.
The thing about it is it's hard for anybody, and sometimes no response is not a good one.
Right.
I think that best way that I got broke up, and even though I didn't like it, was in person. Was you come to an agreement on terms, and the thing about it is the person that did that, we're still actually friends to this day. So that was, and
I think a grown-up conversation.
it's a good in
have
person.
to.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
The one thing that I can't stand about phones is you can call somebody and do that. That's not in person. A text is not personable.
Right.
The problem is that when I found out that I was about to be a dad, I got a text from my sons. I'm like, if you don't, I'm pregnant. If you don't call me and tell me that I'm about to have a child,
That seems like a face-to-face chat.
that's a face-to-face.
But sometimes the excitement is you can't wait. So
No, it's hold on. I'm in my bed. Here's what happened. We was living in 2 different places at the time. I was living on 143rd and Kingsman. She was living in Euclid, and I was in my bed. I'm about to watch the Browns or whatever. This is 2011. So it was first game of the season. They was playing the Bengals, all that. And she said, text me. I'm about to have a baby. My period didn't come out to have a baby. We need to get tested. We need to get blah, blah, blah. So we went to the hospital together. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, confirmed.
You done shot the club up.
So, hey. So the thing about it is it's better. You can't text somebody and say there's important. It's a
You can, but it's just better.
It's a face-to-face conversation.
I don't want to do no face-to-face because when I look at this man, I just want to be naked. It's hard. So.
Right.
it was easier for me to do it on
Right.
text, but out of respect for our relationship and friendship, it had to be
Yeah, it like if you.
When your birthday, Kat?
February 17th.
Wow. All right, so that's what's up. So we gotta go to a break. Speaking of the verses, I'm about to play 3-6 Mafia popping my collar. Cat's popping her collar after the breakup. You know, just don't go. Ladies, ghosting is not a good idea. Just it's not a good idea.
Be better than me.
Right, just FYI. So we'll be right back on the Headline Hour on Nerve DJs. 216-249-6658 is the number to call in.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Drunk, smoking weed, trying to get a paycheck, but work for ain't came yet. That's why I stay in a girl ear to keep that pussy wet, so I can get paid and relax in the shade and say fuck a 9 to 5, cause a nigga tired of slaves. It's never easy for a player in the hood on the come up. If I meet a gal with 3 kids or more, she get done. Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar, popping my collar. Ever since I can remember, I've been working holes and they better put my money in my hand. Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar, popping my collar. Ever since I can remember, I've been working these holes and they better put my money in my hand. She's just another hole that I met in the hood. I told her I was country black and it was all good. She might as well go ahead and suck on my wood and let me whisper something in her ear if I could. I got some hoes out there, bring your boy back some good. They get it green, you know what I mean, they get this understood. Ain't having no shot at no motherfucking slug. You know I'm macking, bitch, don't make me cut a fucking rug. You better get out there and get my money in the bush. I'ma hit you in your head, leave your ass with a plug. You know I gotta have it, gotta get my money wood. These hoes out here be fucking for a motherfucking dub. Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar, popping my collar. Ever since I can remember, I've been working these holes and they better put my money in my hand. Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar, popping my collar. Ever since I can remember, I've been working these holes and they better put my money in my hand.
Looking to grow or expand your business?
Yo, bro, you read my mind.
Well, we have the perfect solution for you. Your business needs are important, and so is your advertising. Here at WNRV Power 1081, we have marketing solutions for all your business needs and affordable pricing to keep you in the green. Give us a call today at 216-702-0688. That's 216-702-0688. Or email us at WNRVPower1081@gmail.com today.
This is WNRV 108.1.
What's up, y'all? This is Larry H. Gardner of the new show, The Headline Eye, coming at you every single Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m., where we talking about hot subjects, spitting hot fire on WNRV 108.1, where we getting on your nerve.
Are you a DJ, radio show, music artist, or podcaster and you've thought about having your own mobile app? BV Mobile Apps could be the solution. They specialize in creating apps with live audio streams, mixes, music, and songs. You can integrate your social media, videos, blogs, and most importantly, send push notifications to your followers. For more information, bvmobileapps.com or on social media at BV Mobile Apps. That's B as in business, V as in victory, bvmobileapps.com.
Hey everybody, it's the Queen with the Gold Mic from Headline Eye, and you can catch me every Wednesday from 6 until 8 p.m. on WNRV 108.1.
We thuggish, rugged niggas always, and ready to bring the war of you. We thuggish, rugged niggas always, and ready to bring the war of you. Look into my eyes and tell me what it is you see. Look into my eyes and tell me what it is
niggas is stone cold killers, bitch. Giving off their livers and bitch on this fine time. Giving my babies all of my money, but my diamonds still be shining. My gang, you know me, homies get more love. And the best part about my success, plus a pistol molder. Gotta keep the Lord up over my shoulders. Jesus send me his roller, loco, sober, loader, revolver. Hold up, now fuck 'em all the head as I'm shown up. And I seen that the bullet hole was too much, so luck you get thrown up. All of your niggas go south the surgeon. Say that your body cannot be sold up. Hold up and wait a minute. It's time for Bone Thugs and Sean to get you get ready.
Look into my eyes and tell me what it is you see. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes and tell me what it is you see. Tell me what you see.
What makes a nigga think he can bite my shit and call his shit original? What's worse, telling me you made the style we put down 3 fucking years ago? And that's just like a nigga wanna take all the credit. I bet it didn't even
All right, we're back on the Headline Eye. Listen, like, why did you pick that Bone song? Because of the simple fact of the matter is that look into my eyes and tell me what it is you see is because, you know, we all go through that. Like, tell me what it is you see when you look into my eyes. You see the truth, you see the lie. So, and of course, the 3-6 Mafia song, you know, sometimes you gotta pop your collar, even if nobody else is doing it for you. So you have to do that for yourself.
Pop your collar.
You better pop your collar and pop them collars. You know, thinking that there, you gotta brush the dirt off your shoulder, like Jay-Z say, and do everything else. So the thing about it is that we were talking about, you know, you were going through what you were going through, Kat. So, so you still expecting something for Christmas?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. God damn it.
It's like,
No,
I'm not. Like,
No,
I
but
would like
but
some.
I also don't have to buy nothing either, so I'm, you know, it evens out.
No,
Works out.
It works out.
Yep.
So,
I ain't mad.
so they're like,
I ain't mad.
I ain't mad.
Not at all.
Like,
Nope. My heart's just broke, but you know, whatever.
Your heart's just broke, but you the one that ended it.
I know. It doesn't mean that I don't have feelings. My heart's not broke.
All right.
I'm
One
so
of
sad.
I gave you one of those things for the Santa things. One is for you, and one is for your little girl.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry that you're going through this. You know,
Chocolate makes me feel better. Yes, it does.
I think that, you know, we go through go through the motions a little bit differently. And the thing is that we have to, you know, cope. In the last, you know, shout out to my last guest. Shout out to Lovey Ware, who has the Yoni experience, and shout out to
Who has a what?
the Yoni experience.
Oh, what she do? Steam yonis?
Yoni, you know what?
Steam?
Yeah, steam for your private parts.
I like that. I did that. Before.
So I gotta give you her Lovey's number when we get out of here.
I do that again for sure.
Right. So you had it done before?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do that for you. So Lovey would love it. And shout out to G Code, Jermaine Code for coming on last week. And I went to that fellowship at the barbershop, and I had a lot of things going on before I got there.
Okay.
And I talked about those things, you know, sharing with men. And sometimes you just got to share, you know, some things with brothers that have been going through some stuff. And you have to share. And I share it a lot, you know, with my personal experience, because sometimes you got to share with people who are non-judgmental or who've been in your shoes. So it happens a lot. And, you know, shout out to that. You know, it's more like prayer. And, you know, you
that's nice.
go ahead, go.
Barbershop.
Yeah, at the barbershop. So what is, now, we got to talk, let's talk about happy thoughts.
Okay.
What is one of your favorite Christmas gifts that you got?
I'm a simple kind of gal, and my mother and sister bought me, I don't know if I think maybe 2 years ago, maybe last year, a new kitchen set. And my favorite color is black, so they got me like all black plates and dishes and bowls, and I like square plates. So they got me that whole set, and I got new pots and pans, all black silverware, which I thought was really cool because I hadn't seen it before. So I think that's like my most recent favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta give you mine.
Okay, let's hear it. What you got?
It is a thing that I got from my son Jalen.
What did he give you?
It gave me a pillow.
Okay.
It was like a pillow, and I don't like it doesn't match none of my furniture. So it's a pillow, like a snow person.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a baby snowman, a papa snowman, and he said that's me and you. And I still have that pillow in my living room. And the thing about it is like when my son Jalen came for Thanksgiving, and one of the first gifts he gave me, and it was in a real messed up place where I wasn't talking to my son's mother at the time, and had to go see him somewhere else at a visiting center. It was like during the holiday season when I first got on air, and my son gave me a dog, like a little ceramic dog. So that actually was sitting in my living room, and when he was looking around for stuff and was making funny faces with me with his phone, he's like, "Daddy." He looked at the little dog, little ceramic dog, like, "Who gave you this?" I'm like, "You did." So, remember he was like 4 at the time, so I kept that. And the thing about it is like whatever the thing about it is a gift from children. Is
now you're making me feel bad because I ain't say no gift from my daughter.
I'm sorry. I like
dates and shit.
Like it's
change my answer.
Like, but you said mom, so it's like you gotta like my mom has given me stuff, colognes and stuff like that. She kept me in Kenneth Cole. I'm gonna get me some Kenneth Cole, and I never get around to it. And then my mom just got me a Kenneth Cole set, and she was like, and kept it. And she's like, one day I was wearing the cologne, and usually I take runs to my store. Shout out to Anita France and all of community assessment, drug treatment center, for helping the people out, especially during this holiday season, get over their addictions. And my mom, we run to the store. She gives me the list, and I get the stuff, pay for, help, she pays for it, giving her a debit card while she sits in the car, playing gospel music or Luther. It depends on her mood at the time. So, and she picked me up from my apartment, and I'm riding around, and she was like smelling, like, "You smell wonderful." I'm like, "What is that?" I'm like, "What cologne is that?" I'm like, "Kenneth Cole." It was like, "Who gave you that?" I'm like, "You did." So it's like, it was a Kenneth Cole black set, and I still have, and I still do that every time. So when I'm going to order stuff, I'm like, I'm going to Kenneth Cole, and then K&G has it. So I'm like, let me make a trip over to Steel Yard and pick it up. And it was one of those colognes that you had. So you got to go get it.
Nice.
I got to get it. So the thing is that what is your favorite fragrance?
I am wearing, today I'm wearing Britney Spears. I fucking love that Britney Spears. Her very first one is like in a pink little bubble looking bottle. It might be called Fantasy or something. But dang, let me ask you about perfume. My ex used to buy me perfume, like Juicy Couture stuff, and I have a nice Prada one, I think. But yeah, right now my favorite is Britney Spears.
Oh, Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yep.
I don't really have like a man. I tried the Michael Jordan cologne once. I'm like,
Not so much.
like I don't like, I like the reason I like the Kenneth Cole is because it has this distinguished, and I try to be distinguished as always, as far as that. So it is what it is. But I think that everybody has a certain memorabilia of Christmas that they went. T-Rex, what's your favorite gift you got from somebody? You over there chilling out. You don't even know.
No, that you received.
That you received. Yes, you received from somebody that was your
What
favorite.
you had got? Oh, damn.
Damn.
Things I want, I don't think people can afford. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
no.
I'm not saying it like that, but
You got high taste and shit?
I'm pretty happy. I don't really need no gifts.
Okay.
I could use like a whole new building. You know, you can have a whole new building for the studio.
Right, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that's too expensive. Ain't nobody getting you
He
that.
want to run like the thing about it, like him and
Right,
you
like
and
the
Johnny
ceiling.
and DJ
Want that
Johnny.
drop top, you know, a little condo in Miami would be nice, you know.
Okay.
But besides that, I'm happy, man.
Right.
I'm happy.
Right. So it's about pretty much is about the happiness. What makes you happy? What little or big things that make you happy? I think the reason that, around about this particular time, last year, I had found out about somebody's betrayal last year. And the thing about it is like I was still trying to make it right. The only thing I asked for is to tell me the truth, which eventually after, later, the truth came out. After I threatened, like, oh, by the way, your storage at my apartment is now due, and I'm going to either throw or sell some of your stuff. So it got to that particular point where, it had to be that. And the thing about it is that I had to, like I said, I let go of a lot of anger and frustration and that from that past thing that I dealt with. But the thing is that, you make up for lost time. So you have a lot of things that are going on, Christmas, New Year's, Happy New Year's, spending with somebody. But I think the best thing is that you have to, this is a season right now of letting some things go and forgiving, praying for other people. No matter if they did you wrong or not, And the reason why is for you. I know that you have a petty bone. We all have the petty bone.
I said this my season to flip over tables.
Oh,
Like Jesus.
shit.
That's what I said yesterday.
Lord
Like,
Jesus, he said flip over.
Jesus flipped over them tables. So sometimes you have to flip over some goddamn tables.
Yeah, you got to flip over some tables in a May, to let people mean business. But if they know that you mean business, I think I flipped over tables because of, like a lot of people's like, and somebody asked me was because of, the reason I left the church was because of a certain relationship with a certain large company that was robbing people. Nah, that was part of the reason.
You was flipping over tables?
The thing about it is like I can't. It's like people want to flip tables over on me, and I'm not.
It happens.
And like it happened. And the thing about it is I'm not having that.
It happens.
So you have to realize that like people like, well, you made this post, why? And because I said I want to know that my relationship with God doesn't have to do with man. My relationship deals with, I talked to him personally, like, listen, I screwed up. So we gonna make this right? And he knows my heart. So it happens for that particular reason that you have to reflect. And also you have to reflect on, next week I'm going to have a woman on whose daughter was still missing because of a situation. And we're going to do a follow-up. She was on before. We're just going to do a follow-up to see how things progress. I think the daughter's birthday was yesterday, and she said, he hadn't seen her, was caught up in a situation. And
so she's still missing?
Yeah, she's still missing.
Oh, God.
So you got to.
That's awful.
Yeah, it is. It's awful because you have to, and like we still people like if you think you're going through something, there's still missing loved ones out there that are searching for their loved ones. There's still people out there who are searching for the murderers of their loved ones. Right. They haven't been found. Shout out to the family of Cassandra McDonald, whose brother's murder was brought to justice. Thank God. And I didn't bring up that last week, but I'm bringing up that now. So you have to realize that sometimes you have people out there who are not only missing loved ones, who have loved ones gunned down, and the killer is still free. Like, They out here living their best life while they, the family is grieving the loss of a child, sister, brother, mother.
What you're saying is we should count our blessings, right?
Every single day of our lives.
Count them blessings.
Bless them blessings.
I agree with this message. Yes, I do. We should.
So, what are your blessings in your
I
life?
have so many. Oh my God.
So name
I'm
them.
So blessed. I feel blessed to have found multiple purposes in my life. I don't believe there's just one. So I feel blessed to have the courage to attempt to walk in those purposes on purpose. I feel blessed to have love, family, romantic, and love. I feel blessed to be alive, to be healthy. I feel blessed to have a job and finances and my creativity, and I'm really blessed. I'm thankful for laughter. I think that's like such a big part of my life. Yes, that kind of laughing. Yeah, I'm blessed for a lot. I could continue. Chocolate is a blessing. French fries and honey mustard is a blessing.
Right.
Yoga.
Yoga is a blessing.
You just like to see her do yoga.
Shout out to yoga. Come to class tomorrow at 6 p.m. Inbox me if you need the location. $10, 1 hour, 6 p.m. Come get this stretch. Yeah, so I'm just blessed in general.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And the thing about it is like I forgot about one thing.
What's up?
The NAACP Celebration Freedom Dinner was this past Sunday. I was not able to attend, but shout out to everybody that did, and I seen the pictures on social media.
I did too.
And it seemed like you had a good time. It was canceled because and the thing about it is, even though we're still going through this pandemic and there's like this Orokio variant, whatever the hell that is, it sounds like a damn Omicron. It sounds like it sounds like a damn transformer for real. It's like Corona. I'm like it transformed from a robot to a big old germ. So
a lot going on.
Yeah, so
a lot going on in the world.
So they didn't have the Freedom Fund Dinner last year, but they had it this year. And shout out to everybody that went and had a good time and the after parties and things of that nature, and a lot of stuff going on for especially I'm African American people in this city, in this country. We still have a long way to go as far as justice. Don't get me wrong, but taking steps in the right direction is fundamentally sound. And I got to give a shout out to you being a teacher.
Thank you.
Because, you got to teach them kids.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Are you looking forward to your 2-week break?
Of course.
Yes,
I don't like vacation.
Do you have anything planned,
I am going out of town.
Somewhere hot
for a few days. Yes.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Florida. I'm going to
Florida
for a few days.
Yeah,
I'm excited for some heat and some sun.
Are you renting a hotel or Airbnb?
Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got a hotel.
You don't do Airbnbs?
I have in the past, yeah.
How were they?
Nice. Nice. I had a good experience. Yep. So I'm looking forward to vacation. Shout out to all the teachers who are working very hard. This pandemic has definitely and continues to affect education as well. So it's a lot going on within the school system. So yeah, just shout out to all the hardworking teachers.
Y'all hardworking teachers. Shout out to y'all. You guys are great and wonderful. And if we love our teachers, especially our African American teachers that teach these African American children. Right. Especially these African American children.
And shout out to the parents.
Right.
I have had the privilege to have some wonderful parents come through my classroom, and I'm very appreciative of the good ones. Yes.
The good ones.
Yes. Shout out to all the parents. It's not easy being a parent, so I get both ends. I'm a mother and I'm a teacher, so I get it.
Speaking of which, Are you going to Florida by yourself, or you taking your baby with you?
She is not coming. I'm going with my best friend. Shout out to Miss P, my friend Aretha Pritchard. We're going, yes, a little girls trip.
Right.
Get up out of here for a couple of days.
So you're not taking you.
No, she's staying.
She's
staying with Grandpa. Yeah. I wish she was staying with her daddy. Shout out to her daddy.
Ooh.
I called and I said, "Can you keep our kid while I go out of town?" He's like, "So you and your boo can have some time?" No. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, all right. Okay."
Damn.
Yeah.
Man, Cat, this is a special.
This
is a special.
No. Hell to.
Let's make it.
Hell to the no.
Gotta extend the olive branch. If you lonely, you lonely on Christmas, T-Rex house is always open. We're gonna have a good time on the holidays.
Right.
Wow. She just have a good time.
Yeah.
For sure.
So he didn't want to watch the baby while you was gone?
No. And, I'm a little bit of an asshole, so I didn't tell him, like, I'm going with my female best friend. I'm going to let you just think in your head whatever the fuck you want. But, yeah, he's like, no, I ain't giving you no boo times. You go out of town with your boyfriend. And I was like, okay. All right.
So you still not, so you think he's going to listen to this program and find out what the real is?
No, I don't care if he finds out anyway. No, I don't care.
Damn.
It's ironic, though, because we're actually going to be in the same place at the same time, in the same city. But he don't know where I'm going. But
damn.
Yeah. Fun times. Hey, baby daddy.
Damn. All right. Shout out to the cat's baby daddy. I don't know if I should say anything. Like, ooh,
hey, baby daddy.
Damn.
Come get your child, baby daddy.
Like, this is, speaking of swaying into she about to give you the Hard Knock Life. This is Jay-Z, Hard Knock Life. We'll be right back on the headline hour on there, BJ. We'll be right back.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Driving some of the hottest cars New Yorkers ever seen. For dropping some of the hottest verses rappers ever heard. From the dope spot with the smoke block, clinging the murder scene. You know me well from nightmares of a lonely cell. My only hell, but since when y'all niggas know me to fail? Fuck nah, we all my niggas with the rubber grips. Or shots, and if you with me, or shots. And if you with me, mama, rub on your tits and whatnot. I'm from the school of the hard knocks. We must not let outsiders violate our blocks. And my plot, let's stick up the world and split it 50-50. Let's take the dough and stay real jiggy. Let's sip the Chris and get pissy. Flow infinitely like the memory of my nigga Biggie. Baby, you know it's hell when I come through. The life and times of Sean Carter, nigga, volume 2. Y'all niggas get ready. Niggas locked down in a 10x4, controlling the house. We live in hard knocks. We don't take over, we ball blocks. Burn them down and you can have it back, daddy. I'd rather that. I float for chicks wishing they ain't have to strip to pay tuition. I see your vision, mama. I put my money on the long shots. All my ballers that's born the clock. No one will be on top, whether I perform or not. I went from lukewarm to hot. Sleeping on futons and cots, the king size. Green machines, the green fives, the scene pies. Let the thing between my eyes analyze life ills. Then I put it down tight real. I'm tight grill with the phony rappers. Y'all might feel we homies. I'm like still, y'all don't know me. Shit, I'm tight real. When my situation ain't improving, I'm trying to murder everything moving. Feel me? Sleep, I gotta eat, stay on my toes. Got a lot of beef, so logically, I pray on my foes. Hustler's still inside of me. And as far as progress, you be hard pressed to find another rapper hot as me. I gave you prophecy on my first joint, and y'all all lamed out. Didn't really appreciate it till the second one came out. So I stretched the game out, etched your name out, put Jigger on top, and drop albums non-stop for ya, nigga.
Looking to grow or expand your business?
Yo, bro, you read my mind.
Well, we have the perfect solution for you. Your business needs are important, and so is your advertising. Here at WNRV Power 1081, we have marketing solutions for all your business needs and affordable pricing to keep you in the green. Give us a call today at 216-702-0688. That's 216-702-0688. Or email us at WNRVPower1081@gmail.com today.
Hey y'all, this is Catherine Danielle, and I'm checking in with Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
This is WNRV 108.1.
Wagwan, this is Miss BBC, your reggae woman. Make sure you tune into the Headline Eye on WNRV 108.1.
One time. Yeah. Yo, all I need is one mic, one beat, one stage, one nigga front my face on the front page. Only if I had one gun, one girl and one crib, one God to show me how to do things the sun did. Pure, like a cup of virgin blood, mixed with 151. One sip will make a nigga flip. Writing names on my hollow tips, plotting shit, mad violence. Who I'm gonna body, this hood politics, acknowledge it. Leave bodies chopped up in garbages. Seeds watch us grow up and try to follow us. Police watch us roll up and try knocking us. One knee I duck, could it be my time is up? With my luck I got up, the cop shot again. Bus stop glass bursts, a fiend drops his Heineken. Ricocheting between the spots that I'm hiding in. Blacking out, I shoot back, fuck getting hit. This is my hood, I'm a rap to the death of it. To everybody come on, little niggas is grown. Hood rats, don't abortion your wound. We need more warriors soon. Shit from the stars, sun and the moon. And it's like a police chasing street sweepers and coppers. Stick up kids with no conscience, leaving victims with doctors. If you really think you ready to die with nines out, this is what nines is about, nigga. The time is now. All I need is one mic. All I need is one mic. That's all I need. All I need is one mic. All I need, nigga.
All right, we're back on the Headline Eye last part. That was Nas. One mic in the building. Cat Danielle in the building. Shout out to her. So, you know, that was before that was Jay-Z Hard Night Life. And, you know, Cat Danielle gave a cold shout out to her.
So my baby did.
So, yeah, damn. I feel.
Hey,
He like, hey, baby daddy. He like, ooh. I'm like, ooh. Like, ooh, wee. So.
Yes, sir.
So the thing about it is